We're looking forward to the matchup versus Mississippi State. They've done a really nice job with their offense. Their quarterback's playing well. Be a great challenge for our defense. Defensively, they're being very aggressive and playing fast, so I think it'll also be a great challenge for our offense. Had a good practice last night, so I'm excited about that, and our players are good in a good mindset.
For questions, use the raise hand function, and we'll begin with Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Good morning, Bobby.
Morning, Tom.
Hey, you said Saturday that Taylor wasn't able to really practice full speed a lot last week. I'm wondering what he's looking like this week and in terms of bouncing back from last week.
Yeah, he did a really good job yesterday. He was running full speed and pushing himself, and did a nice job in throwing the football. It was good to see. He's reacting the right way, and he'll certainly have himself mentally and physically prepared to go this Saturday.
And you mentioned Mississippi State playing really aggressive defensively. How does that translate into percentage of blitzes maybe, or how often they blitz? And then also, they're at the top in takeaways in conference, tied with some other teams with top takeaways. So how might that play into this game?
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of pressures on third down. They did a nice job at attacking both Texas and A&M with their pressure package. They've gotten a lot of interceptions. They've been able to go play the ball in the air, and all their secondary guys have been able to get interceptions.
Next, we'll go to Steve Moulton of WZZN.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well today, sir.
I'm doing good, Steve. Thank you.
Third downs in particular, what has worked well for you guys on third down this year, Coach?
Well, I think one of the things that has worked well for us is to be able to get into third and short and third and medium as much as possible. We've done a nice job of executing our schemes and getting guys open with speed. And then you also have a quarterback that's been able to make some plays with his legs and convert third down. So the combination of those three things, I think, has helped us.
In terms of, I know Tom asked you about the bounce back there for Talon, but what do you need to see out of Talon this week to give him the keys on Saturday, Coach?
Yeah, I need to see the mental concentration, the focus, the leadership that he's always shown us, and the fact that he's full speed and running full speed. And he had a really good practice last night. He's a tough young man, and obviously is a hard game for him. It's something that goes with the position, and you have to be able to bounce back and put things behind you and focus and move forward and go out and play with great confidence.
Thank you, Coach.
Next will be Daniel Shee of Razorbacks on SI.
Good morning, Coach. I was wondering, you mentioned on Monday that the team, was playing with the lead for the first time in a long time in that Auburn game. Is that something that you can address in practice, or is it just something that, comes with reps?
Well, you want to be playing with the lead, that's for sure. So we've got to do it more. But you just got to be aggressive. And you know what we have to do is be able to run the football. We're a team that can run the ball well and block the line of scrimmage and keep the ball and maintain possession of the ball and drive it down and score. So that's what we need to work on in practice this week, is our ability to be consistent in the run game, and then everything can go from there.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
If there are, actually, I have a follow-up from Steve Moulton.
Coach, I wanted to ask about Mississippi State in particular. That it's a team that honestly that I cannot stop watching just because I see the improvement, especially defensively. But what kind of pops off the page defensively at Mississippi State this year, Coach?
Yeah, they're playing good football. They're playing fast on defense. They're playing aggressive. They'll come up and challenge us. So we've got to do a good job of making sure we're all 11 guys on our team is on the same page, and we recognize what they're doing and have some tips and thoughts of what's coming. and then execute. You know, it's really up to us to execute against the things that they do because they've been doing them well.
This transition, now that it's been a couple of weeks, how do you think the team as a whole has taken this transition, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're sticking together, and that's the one thing that I want to make sure that we do. You know, when I first started this, I wanted to make it a good atmosphere around the building, a good atmosphere out on practice. These guys are tough. They've done a nice job of handling all the adversity. They've had good attitudes, and I feel like we're moving forward in the right direction, and we just got to continue to have the right leadership and attitude and, you know, enjoy every day when we come into the building.
Next, we'll go to Jackson Fuller, the Times Record.
Good morning, Bobby. Just wanted to see, did Cam Ball, did he return in a non-contact fashion yesterday? And do you think he's still on track to play on Saturday?
Yeah, everything went good, and everything that he's done so far, he should be ready to go. And, you know, barring a setback, we're hoping that he's full speed and ready to go Saturday.
And you mentioned on Monday when we spoke with you that the offensive line needed to kind of look in the mirror based off the performance against Auburn. But that unit's been so good this year. What has this week looked like? Has it been trying to really address what happened against Auburn, or try and get back to maybe what you guys did in the previous weeks?
Yeah, that group has a lot of pride, and you know, they've played well mostly the entire year. So they certainly went out yesterday as a practice and had kind of a chip on their shoulder and practiced with the right attitude and the right technique and fundamentals, and feel like that we're getting back to where we're at.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Andrew Hutchison of the Best of Arkansas Sports.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned feeling good about Cam Ball being available. I'm just curious, what does that do for your defense, not just from having another defensive tackle available, but also, you know, his leadership and veteran aspect there?
Yeah, we miss Cam when he's not out there. He's such a great leader for us and plays with extreme effort, has great experience, so he helps everybody else out on the field. And we're certainly happy to have him back out there full speed yesterday.
And then what about the other guys of that spot? You know, Ian Jaffrard and Danny Siley, having him back. Just kind of what have you seen out of those guys, and how did they handle kind of a heavy workload this past weekend?
Yeah, they're in good shape. Those guys have had to play a lot of plays, you know, for us, and it was good to have Danny back. He's a very explosive player. He's got great quickness, and he doesn't always make the play, but he's always a disruption and helps other guys make plays. So.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.